Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 305 of the Drunk Dashers podcast. I'm your host, always, I'm Tyler, and joining me with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sir Colonel Gables. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing alright. Got through with a really crazy week, but at the same point, I am very glad it's Saturday night, and I'm also very glad that I had a chance to at least play some bit of games this week. But other than that, though, yeah, I've been doing alright. Just got a bunch of stuff paid, got a whole bunch of stuff done, and so really just had a typical normal week. How about you, Tyler?
Alright. Busier than usual. That time of year with work, Had to work today on Saturday. Wasn't very happy about it. Hate working Saturdays.
Yeah.
But, gotta do it from time to time. So, but it's over. I got to watch a little bit of football today. NFL's on Saturdays now. So that's exciting. Texans won, so that's good. I think the Browns are winning, which is something you don't get to say very often. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, doing okay. Did get a bunch of gaming in though throughout the week, which you know what? That's the intro. You want to just jump into more Smash talk?
Oh yeah, no problem.
All right. So we talked about it a little bit before the show, but for the listeners, why don't you give a little update on where you're at and with your characters?
All right, so for basically what I've done is I've tried out a lot of the individual modes for the Smash mode in general. So I've dabbled around with the custom Smash. I've dabbled around with the whole 3v3, 5v5, plus a bit of the tournament mode. And quite honestly, all of them are pretty damn solid. I mean, it's nothing really wonky or really like gimmicky or something like that. I do love the added features when it comes to, say, the whole elements of switching between different types of bracket modes and stuff when you're going through different types of tournament stuff.
Yeah.
I like that. As far as characters are concerned, I actually went through last weekend, and after we got done recording, I finished up the rest of the character stuff, and now I got at least every single character I could unlock. The only thing I need to do now is just register my dang stuff with Smash, and that I can get that Piranha Plant eventually.
Yeah, you'll get an email for that. And just a heads up, Justin told me about it. To keep an eye out on my email. And I'm glad he did because I found it in the junk folder in my email. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's definitely something that I got to keep my eye on then. But the thing I noticed most about unlocking these characters is just how much the difficulty spikes as many characters as you try to unlock. I mean, it starts off pretty decently. It's okay, you unlock about a good handful of characters or something like that, but then all of a sudden, you come across random characters where it seems like their AI has sort of been spiked to a degree to where it's definitely difficult to unlock them. Like, for example, it took me at least a good solid, I want to say about 3 or 4 hours tops in order to try to unlock some other characters that I had lost against previously. And that's just the thing. If you're not very familiar with the game, you're trying to unlock these characters, they really give you a run for their money. I mean, for God's sakes, it's like I had a group of characters that kept on routinely beating me because their levels would definitely be spiked up to what it felt like maybe the maximum amount of difficulty.
Oh yeah.
Just without rhyme or reason. It's just kind of funny where they had the whole glitch stuff in and of itself, to where you actually get exit out of the game, enter back in and stuff, complete a match, and all of a sudden another character pops up. Well, I discovered that if you actually lose a rematch mode, sometimes the rematch option disappears, and that you got to go through and just try to close out the game, open back up the game, and basically try to complete different types of matches in order to try to get that thing to pop back up again. And it's just totally random. I don't understand why it's this way. But I ended up having to do this quite a number of times, going to 3v3 mode in Smash, or doing a custom Smash match, completing that, then going back to the whole games and more, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, a rematch of a character's right here, blah, blah, blah. So that took me another couple hours just to try to get all the other characters that I had lost to previously, and just try to unlock a lot of them. The hardest character for me to get was definitely Cloud. Now, I say Cloud is because His stage is totally set upon like Midgar for Final Fantasy VII, and in that stage gimmick, you get to collect different things like materia to summon different elemental enemies. Well, combine that with some of his sword skills that he has at an extremely high level for his AI, and it makes it almost like borderline. I wouldn't say unplayable, but it definitely makes it borderline difficult to try to at least get his attack. No, not get his attack, but get him damaged to an extent where you gotta knock him off the stage. Now, the only way I was able to beat him when I faced off against him last was I used my main character from Melee, and that was Falco. And I managed to go through and familiarize myself with Falco's moveset. Some things are a little bit more like experimented on than others in terms of his appearance in Brawl and the Smash game for Wii U. But other than that, though, I was able to get Cloud to a higher extent, and at the last moment, I hit a smash attack where it mattered the most, and I sent Cloud flying, and that ended up unlocking the last character. That was a good accomplishment. Honestly, that was definitely the hardest part about playing this game so far, was unlocking every single one of the characters, as opposed to having them all from the get-go for Smash and on Wii U, with the exception of the DLC characters. All in all, I think it took me a good solid, I want to say 5 or 6 hours to get all the characters. And my gosh, up until that point, it's like, I kind of wonder how many people actually went forth and did that. Because some of the difficulty at spots kind of would turn off new players of the game, I would think. But I still haven't tried any more of the single-player mode in Smash, but honestly, it's going to be one of those, like, pick or choose sort of things right now, whether I want to continue on with it or not. But I am still having a blast with the game. It's still fun to play. And it's definitely been a fun experience showing other coworkers and showing things like from Final Fantasy VII and this and that. Like, I was showing some coworkers how Cloud plays and how his stage, like, it goes forth, and how if you press and hold down, like, down B or something like that, it builds up his limit gauge, and then you see his Omni Slash for his final smash, and it's like, hey, this is nice. This is all this and that, and... But overall, though, I'm still enjoying Smash. What about you?
Yeah, I'm still liking the gameplay of Smash, of course. I have not gotten every character yet. I'm still waiting on my Greninja. God damn it. I think I am in the mid-50s. I want to say I was like 57 or so.
Yep.
I've been definitely feeling the difficulty spike as of late with these characters, though, unlocking them. Shulk took me... I actually unlocked him today. And it probably took me 10 attempts to get him.
Right.
Richter is whooping my ass. Bayonetta's the same way. King D2D, I can barely get a shot on him. He just he just builds damage so fast, and then you're just floating in the air. I know just like a sitting. Here's a sitting duck, man, waiting for it. You come down, hit with the hammer. There's not a lot you can do.
I know for some spots I actually had to use heavier characters in order to try to make a dent on some of the lighter, speedy characters.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I think that was my problem. Was I was trying to match speed with speed on some of like Shulk's so fast. I was trying to do like Young Link with them, and it's just Young Link's down A is just he floats. Like Link's is like fast and more powerful.
Yep.
But like Young Link, he just hovers up there, and man, that kills me. So I switched up. I started playing with Pit a little bit more because, especially going up against Richter, with the whip, he still beat me, but it was way more competitive where we were both over 100%. So I feel like it was kind of the next big shot one. He got the next big one in.
Definitely, it feels like the game forces you to kind of switch to experiment with characters if you want to try to unlock everything.
Yeah.
Because like I was saying before, it's like I was using like Kirby and like Pikachu for a long time. Then I had to switch up a little bit, maybe using characters like Bowser or Captain Falcon or even like K. Rool to a certain extent. Because K. Rool's smash attacks are pretty powerful.
Yes, if he gets his counterattack with the belly flop thing, boy, and he's got a good recovery too with the little helicopter thing. He's a good one. But yeah, I'm still having a blast with it. I was talking about last week. Still love the 5v5 mode. Having even more fun with that now that I have, because I think when we talked last week, I was in the mid 30s character wise, so I definitely have a lot more new ones. So checking out some of the newer characters, it's pretty funny just kind of seeing how bad I am with some of these other characters. We're all just like, oh, I just flew off the side and killed myself. Whoops.
Yep.
Oh, it's 2-5 already. But yeah, I'm having fun with that. And the main thing I played this week though on here, on Smash, is the World of Light mode. So we talked about it a lot last week. I think I was like a couple hours in. Well, now I'm over 12 hours in.
Okay.
And I still hate it. It's not fun. I do not like it. It's become a thing of like, I'll just turn a podcast on, and I'll just listen to that, and I'll play through and just unlock the stickers and stuff. And like I'm playing because I'm like, oh man, I'm playing. It's Smash, it's still kind of fun, but like I was complaining last week about the lack of game modes you do, like all of the the floor is lava, the floor is you hit it, it's sleep powder, puts you to sleep. Oh, it's electric. Oh, it's fire. Oh, it's this. Oh, there's a high wind. You just see, oh, the your opponent is giant. Oh, there's 6 opponents this time. You just see a lot of the same formulas over and over again. With like,
so they're more or less like gimmick matches, more likely.
Yeah, and like I was saying last week, event mode was awesome. And this is some similarities between this and event mode, but event mode was like 50 different unique matches. This one, I kind of looked it up because I got to a certain point in it, and I'm like, are you fucking? I thought I beat it, and I got to the section. I'm like, are you fucking really? I'm not even close, and I looked it up. I'm like over 250 sticker battles won. And over 12 hours in, and there's like I think about 700 battles if you want 100% this game.
Oh.
Yeah, and I mean like I don't even think so minor spoilers for a game that a mode that doesn't have a story to it. After you beat the Gallium or whatever he is, the big main boss guy, you beat him. There's a whole nother map after that. Yes, a whole nother map. It's the dark side map. It's the darkness map, whatever it's called. After you beat that mode, there's a darker side map. It's like Super Mario Odyssey, but sucks. So
what?
Yeah, so there's 3 maps, and they're huge. Not really huge, but there's so many battles in there. There's so many dungeons and caves and just like weird side paths you can go on into. So I beat the first one, and I did like 2 battles in the dark side one, and I'm just like, I zoomed out, and I'm like, oh fuck no. Like I was like, oh maybe I'm in a cave or something like that. Maybe I'm in like a subsection of this map. No, it's just a whole nother map. It's just dark this time. And I'm just like, I can't do this. Like I forced my way through this whole thing already. I'm not gonna do it again. So I kind of rage quitted it because the reason I kept kind of going was because I heard it got better. I heard there was some cool stuff that happened later in the game. And I'm like, I'm 12 hours in. I'm looking up what other people are saying about this thing, and they're putting 35, 40 hours into this to beat it. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And it might be the easiest way for me to unlock the characters at the rate I'm going at right now. Because in that game mode, because you have to unlock the characters in that game mode to play as them. But if you unlock that character in that game mode, it unlocks it in the main game. So I've unlocked 35 characters in there. So most of which I've already unlocked beforehand, though. So I probably really only unlocked 6 to 8 in the main game through that mode. So in 12 hours, I'm not getting as much as I want to. It's definitely the slowest way if you're a skilled player, unlike me, to unlock characters. But yeah, it's not good. It's bad. It's not okay. I don't know. Like I don't want to say it's bad. It's a bad mode. The gameplay is not bad. It's just extremely repetitive. and the only fun fights you have are the boss battles, which there's only a few, at least in the first map, because you have to defeat all the bosses before you can fight Gallium or whatever his name is, and the unlocking character fights are fun, and that's it. And that's just it's just single. It's just 1v1 regular Smash. You're playing in a battlefield mode. So yeah, I think I'm done with that. I am done with that. But I mean, I don't know. It sucks because, like I was saying last week, it's the thing I was most excited for in the game. It's one of the biggest disappointments of the year for me in gaming is that mode. Just based off how excited I was for it. But yeah, like I don't know. Like it's still like the main game itself is fantastic, obviously. And like I said, I think the best thing to come out of this for me that's keeping me playing more and more is the squad strike mode with the 5v5 and 3v3. Because that is a blast. I don't know. That's really all I have to add on that for right now. Is there anything you want to add before we move on?
No, not really.
Mm-hmm. Damn it! I thought I had time to take a drink. All right. All right. Well, so let's move on to. Have you played anything else besides Smash this week?
Well, yes, I have. I've played a little bit more of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and that's more or less because I wanted to try to get better with different types of characters. Cool. And it's kind of interesting because the whole aspect of me playing Dragon Ball FighterZ this year has been earlier on in January when it released. I was okay. I was playing little bits, completed the story mode, completed about 67% of the game itself, based upon the trophy count list. I took a break for a while, came back, started learning a little bit more intricate things with it, and now I'm at the point now where it's like I'm discovering things for myself that's even deeper than what I had thought possible, where I'm now taking characters, trying to see if I can actually chain link, extend combos with certain characters now, and I'm trying to play games online, and I'm trying to learn how to better block and reflect attacks. Honestly, it's pretty fun. It's actually pretty darn fun. I could not imagine how much depth was inside the game already, and basically it took me having to not only go forth and look at videos online, but at the same point go through and try to play games for myself. Try to play a little bit more competitively and just try to learn a little bit more intricate ins and outs, where I'm just starting to become accustomed to not just a few characters, but now I'm kind of getting a broader scope of what I can actually do inside the game, and it's making me actually relatively better in terms of my quality of play, which I like that very much. It also makes me appreciate the training mode in of itself, to where I can set the enemy AI to either be at maybe 80% difficulty, or how to reflect certain Kai blasts, or how to anticipate how to counter specific attacks, or a rock paper scissors approach, where it kind of feels like now I'm not based upon luck when I'm trying to play games or play matches through arcade mode, or even competitive matches. It feels more like my skill is getting better while going through and experimenting with different characters, different assists, using different types of variations of the same combos that I had learned from the combo modes. And I'm relatively still having a blast with Dragon Ball FighterZ. I mean, I'm absolutely happy with this. And almost a year since the game's release, I'm still playing it this much. It's kind of amazing. But yeah, other than that, though, I haven't really played anything else too much in depth. I did play briefly some bit of the whole Sega Genesis stuff.
Oh, cool.
I managed to go through, and I think I beat a little bit of Altered Beast. But that was me using save states and me going through the very last stage of the game with just one life, then having to memorize the patterns of some of the last bit of the enemies. Which, by the way, they introduced 2 or 3 new enemies inside that game on the very last level. Something had been cut out in between. And this is me facing off against the final boss with 1 life, and then having to reload because I missed a specific combo or specific event or whatever. And so that was kind of a frustrating experience. But other than that, I kind of feel like this is the kind of collection game where I'm probably not going to stream too much of, because for one, as much as I like playing the older games, I kind of like to take my time and kind of relax to them in of itself, because it's a little bit of history of the Genesis stuff. But other than that, that's pretty much what I've been playing for this week.
All right, cool. I played one other game this week too. Only played it for 45 minutes to an hour, It's a game called Desert Child. I talked about it a few weeks ago. We were talking about games we were looking forward to for the rest of the year. Game I've been looking forward to for a while now. I think it was a PAX East Nindies event, Nintendo's Nindy thing, back in like March, and I saw that trailer. Right. I'm like, that looks cool. It was definitely one of those Tyler looking games. Really cool art style, cool music. Just missing a dog. And yeah, so I'm like, oh, that looks really exciting. I've talked about in the past. Like, that's like my weakness is unique art style with some cool music, and an indie game with that. Oh, I'm in. And I picked it up. It was like $12, so it wasn't super expensive. And I just didn't get into it. I didn't really care for it. So basically, what it is like you play as this guy who is like, so people are traveling. It's like 100 years. I can't remember what it's like. It's 2100s though, and people will travel back and forth between Earth and Mars now. And you're racing. It's like a 2D side scroller. It's a side scroller, but you can move, up, back and forth. And you're racing to these little like I don't know, like hovercrafts. Like, they're like jet skis, but they hover. And throughout it, you can use turbos. There's like obstacles in the way. You gotta dodge them, and then you gotta there's like things you can shoot that give you money. And racing the people, and you win money, and you earn money throughout the race. And you're trying to earn, I think it was like $500 to get a ticket to go to Mars, and then you gotta go to Mars. And I think I got to Mars. I got the money to get to Mars, one of the two. And you get there, and you have to earn like 10 grand to get into the Grand Prix, and then I'm assuming you win the Grand Prix, and that's the game. But throughout the game, what kind of keeps you playing is your character gets hungry, so you have to feed him. Also, your character, like, you have to repair. The more damage that happens to your vehicle while you're racing, you have to repair it. You have to buy new parts for it. So it kind of keeps, it's a cycle of, you earn money, but you gotta spend money to make money, basically. And there's like side activities you can do. Like, you can deliver pizzas, you can do little other things to keep going, and earn some side cash as well in between the races. So I don't know. I didn't really find I did like 4 or 5 races. They're not particularly fun, and I mean, maybe it gets deeper down the line, but I just wasn't feeling it. Especially with Smash out this week, I was just like, it's not. This is not. The music's fantastic. I think the art style is really cool. It just did not grab me like I was hoping it would. I think the gameplay wasn't solid enough to keep me. That kind of kept me interested throughout. Unlike Forgotten Anne, where the gameplay was bad, but the story and the art style was good enough. Was very good to keep me playing through the game. That I can deal with the gameplay. This game was not that. But that's all I played this week. So more Smash. I bought a game called Gris, I think is how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Came out on PC and Switch. I have yet to play it, but I'm gonna hunker down sometime this week and sit down and play it. I heard it's only a few hours, so it's like 2D Journey basically. But yeah, I have that on the docket to play though. But moving on to some of our topics. We don't really have any topics, honestly. Not a lot going on this week. We have one topic, and I pulled. I've been thinking about this the last couple weeks, and I was kind of like saving it. I was going to save it for like maybe one of the first shows of next year, but we're close enough to it, and there's not, like I said, not a lot going on. So now's a good time to talk about the Nindy. So, but before we get there, this kind of ties in with what we're going to talk about later. Is Metro Exodus, a game I'm really looking forward to. One of the 25 AAA games coming out on February 22nd. Is now, it's gone gold, and it also is now coming out on February 15th. So it's been pulled up a week, getting out of that February 22nd Hell Week, or Hell Day, which Days Gone already moved out of it too, I believe. So at one point we had Crackdown 3, Metro Exodus, Anthem, and Days Gone all coming out on February 22nd. Now the only game coming out on February 22nd is Anthem. Days Gone got pushed out to like late April, and then Metro and Crackdown now come out on February 15th. So this was a quote from the Deep Silver CEO, who they are the people that make the game. Clemens Kudrowitz. I don't know how to say his last name. But he said, our fans have been waiting patiently for Metro Exodus ever since we announced it back at E3 2017, which I thought, I didn't realize it was that long ago. I thought it was just this past E3. We had previously...
I know, right?
Yeah, the time flies, man. We had previously delayed the release date to ensure 4A Games had the time to deliver their ambitious vision of the game, but now we're delighted to confirm that Metro Exodus has gone gold and will be bringing the release date forward to February 15th. Metro Exodus looks to be bigger take on the Metro concept without going open world. That was a big thing where a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's open world Metro," which, as a fan of the Metro games, I was very nervous to hear about. But he came out and he said that I think for Metro fans, it's really important to make it clear this is not an open world game. It's a series of levels, and you can play them in linear order, or you could still have traditional Metro style levels. When the game starts, the game will feel very familiar. And then at E3, we showed the first of this huge new levels. We call them sandbox survival levels. Each one of those can take several hours to complete, several days worth of in-game time. That's where we're going to gradually expand the horizon. So as a fan of the Metro games, that makes me happy to hear that. It sounds like they're going very like a Tomb Raider-esque, I guess the best way to put it nowadays. Right. Where Tomb Raider was kind of took some of the Metrovania kind of stuff, where like there's some stuff here you can't do yet, but it was like there was like 8 or 9 sections that you can just fly right through in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe about 20, 30 minutes, maybe like an hour or so. But there was so much side stuff you can do, so many side missions and secret things you can find that you can spend, I don't know, 6-8 hours in some of these sections, if you want to do everything. But you obviously had to go back multiple times to unlock new items. But I don't know, that makes me excited to hear that. Because that's kind of what the Metro games were like before, not on a very small scale compared to that. And this sounds like it's a bigger version of that, but it sounds like the kind of the gradual evolution of where this game is going, which is nice. Have you? I don't think you've played the Metro games, have you?
I've only played like a little brief stint with the Metro games, not enough to actually more or less have a actual footnote of whether I like the series or not. But I'm pretty excited for the fans of Metro Exodus and stuff, and how much it actually looks like a game that people are actually looking forward to pretty well.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool to see it got pushed up a week. But then I've been thinking about this a lot the last few weeks. And I've heard some people talking online and stuff like that on podcasts about 2019, about how big it is. And I'm like, oh man, I keep a list. It's like I'm talking about in the past. Right? I have a list on my phone of like, hey, these games. Like I type out when they come out. I bold them if I paid for them already or pre-ordered them or whatever already. No, I bold them if they've been pre-ordered. I put an asterisk on that if I paid for it already, because I've talked about in the past. I've accidentally purchased the same game multiple times by accident because I didn't realize I pre-ordered it from multiple places. So to prevent me, this is what I do. This is how bad I've gotten. But I'm like, oh, cool. We got off February 22nd. That's the hell day. And then I said, well, wait, Crackdown already moved. Days Gone's already moved. Now Metro's moved. Now it's just Anthem on the 22nd. Let's just go over, before we get into the meat and potatoes of what I want to talk about. Let's just talk about what February 15th looks like, okay?
Okay.
We got Crackdown 3.
Yep.
Dead or Alive 6.
Yep.
Far Cry New Dawn.
Yep.
Jump Force.
Okay.
Metro Exodus. That's February 15th. We have 5, maybe not AAA games, but pretty large-scale games coming out on that one day. Obviously, I know we're not all excited for all of those, but I'm excited for at least 2 of those. Like, Crackdown, I'm hopeful for. Far Cry, maybe it could be good. I was disappointed with 5. I'm curious with Jump Force. That could be 2019 Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Possibly.
So.
Well, possibly. It's like what I basically am seeing. I'm just seeing a couple fighting games which I may have some interest in. I mean, Jump Force, obviously, it's because it's more or less like a peer to like shonen fans and stuff for like different animes like Bleach, One Piece, Dragon Ball, respectively, Naruto. But it's interesting seeing all these games just clash together on one day. This kind of reminds me sort of like a couple of years ago when we had Assassin's Creed Origins, Mario Odyssey, and then like freaking Wolfenstein 2 on the same day.
Yeah.
in that October 29th, I think it was.
27th. That day still lives.
27th.
That day lives in empathy.
Yes.
Empathy.
Okay, I was 2 days off.
Empathy.
Infamy.
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 It's a big day. It was a big day. Regardless, either way you look at it, it was a big day for gaming.
It was that moment that Tyler had an epiphany. Anyway.
Something happened. Mental breakdown.
But yes, what I am trying to like point out is like it's interesting just like how unintentional these moves were for some of these games, and all of a sudden all these games are going to be clashing on the same day. This is something you don't see in a February. This is something you see in September or October, or maybe sometimes even like November and stuff like that. But no, right from the get-go, like January is going to be that dead month, and all of a sudden it's like February, boom, 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 and all of a sudden Anthem on the 22nd. Like, okay, this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah. And I want to point out, January is not much of a dead month. And this is kind of the thing I want to get into. I want to talk about 2019 in gaming.
Okay.
So here's a list of everything that is not... These are things, there's stuff with release date. The first part I'm going to talk about is stuff with release dates. And then there's a bunch of other games that are scheduled for 2019. So I'm going to start off with the ones with release dates. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, January 11th. Travis Strikes Again, January 18th. Resident Evil 2, January 25th. Kingdom Hearts 3, January 29th. That's just January.
Nice.
That would be a really good, like, October. That's January. And then, like I said, February 15th, Crackdown 3, Dead or Alive 6, Far Cry New Dawn, Jump Force, Metro Exodus. February 22nd, Anthem. Left Alive, which is a game that's got some buzz around it. That's coming out March 5th. The Division 2, March 15th. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, which is the Dark Souls game, I believe. That is coming out March 22nd. Mortal Kombat 11, April 23rd. Days Gone, April 26th. Rage 2, May 14th. Crash Team Racing, June 21st. Shenmue 3, August 27th. Devil May Cry 5 is coming out in spring. This is where we get into stuff without release dates, but they are scheduled for 2019. Judgment, which is from the Yakuza guys, that's coming out in the summer of 2019. Then we got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is coming from the Titanfall guys. We have Gears 5, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Psychonauts 2, Twin Mirrors, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Yoshi's with the Switch game, I forgot what it's called. Pokemon, the next gen game, is coming out. Animal Crossing for the Switch. And then, it's not even on here. I just thought about it. I just completely Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
That's 2019 right now. We're in December.
Yep.
We haven't gotten to E3. We haven't seen a January. We haven't had our direct yet. Like, next year's insane, Gables. Like,
for gaming, yes.
My list of games I've talked about that I was just talking about that I keep track of to remember, like, make sure I don't buy multiple copies. It's already got like 8 games on it that I want to that with release dates that I want to buy. That's not even the stuff that doesn't have release dates. In the Valley of the Gods, I'm excited for, which is the Firewatch guys. That game looks incredible, and I'm looking forward to that. A Crafted World is a Yoshi game. Gables,
what?
Could 2019 be one of the best years in gaming of all time?
It has the potential of being, but it also has a lot left to show, and it's definitely a lot of games that we have not seen yet, like you just mentioned. Nintendo Direct stuff, E3, whatever the heck that Sony wants to do, or whatever the heck Microsoft wants to do when revealing new consoles. Quintessentially, this is the last... I feel that 2019 is going to be the last full year of basically like... exclusive stuff released by Sony and by Microsoft before our next generation of consoles come in 2020. So it's like, this is definitely feeling like one of those, like, last hurrahs in terms of, like, main appeal, in terms of, like, all these games releasing all at once for those two consoles. Now, a lot of things that we have not even began to be aware of is, like, the new Metroid Prime game, this and that, and it's like, what else could you possibly want inside the next year? There's already a slew of a bunch of different appealing games. It's definitely shaping up to be kind of strong, kind of similar to how 2017 was. Honestly, for 2018, this was considered a off year in comparison to 2017. considering like all the strong games that were released a couple years ago. Now, when it comes to 2019, it definitely has the potential, but let's see how much higher it's going to get.
Yeah, you made a good point with 2018. It's a down year, but
right
compared to 2017, 2007's a down year. 2017 was probably the greatest year of all time for gaming, and just on a games level. And looking at 2018, we're done before the show. We're gonna do our Game of the Year show in 2 weeks. And I started trying to put together a list, and I was writing down. I was going through my my trophies, trying to remember all the games I played this year. Because we're not just doing that. We're gonna talk. We have other topics we're gonna talk about too, like most disappointing, worst game, blah blah blah. And I was going through. I'm like, oh, I forgot that game came out this year. I forgot I played that game. What was this game? And it's funny. I was putting my list together, and I'm just like, man, there's like, it feels like this year was a very top heavy year, where there's like a few like amazing like game of the generation games, I think, or what can be in that list, or in the discussion, and then there's just kind of like, there's just like this big step down of still a lot of really good games. But like you look at last year, where like my number 10 game was a South Park game. That was a really good South Park game, and it barely made the list. And then actually, if I would have played Nier Automata, which I played in January of this year, if I would have played that last year, that wouldn't even be on my list. That's how crazy last year was.
Right.
I need to go back beat that game. That game is fantastic. But anyways, I'm just looking at like, could 2019 be one of the greatest years of all time? What's on there now? It could be a very good year. I think it could be. I think what's here already could already top this year. Maybe not like the peak game, but I think from an overall quality of games, it could do that. I think there's, when I was kind of putting together my list, like most years, like last year, for the last 3 years, I've been able to make a top 20 list and still had to cut games off. This year I don't even know if I can make a top 20 list. Like, of just games that like, I kind of like that game. I guess I could throw that in there. I could probably squeeze together a top 20 list. But like really games I felt like deserve to be talked about, I couldn't make one. And I feel like looking at this, this is stuff that we know about in December.
Yes.
Like there is like 15 games I want to play already. Like they could release nothing else but these games on this list, and it would be an awesome year. I think it'd be one of the best years, I think, in the time of us doing the show, in the almost 6 years of us doing the show.
Right.
So I don't know. I thought it was kind of a interesting to look at. Just because I was just like, I was blown away. I'm just like, how am I going to pay for this shit? What am I going to? More importantly, when am I going to find time for this shit? Like, oh man, like February alone is going to kill me. That's like Horizon and Zelda releasing in the same week, all over again.
Oh god,
which was awful in itself.
God.
I'm just looking at it right now. You have Crackdown 3, Metro, Anthem, Left Alive, all coming out within 3 weeks of each other, and I'm gonna play all four of those games. Then we have Mortal Kombat 11 and Days Gone coming out within 3 days of each other. I want to play both of those games. I'm pumped for Mortal Kombat 11. I actually started playing. I didn't talk about and what we've been playing, but I started replaying Mortal Kombat 10 again this week. So that's been fun. It was $5. I went, I'm like, fuck yeah, pick it up. I picked up Injustice 2. So it was like $15. Picked it up. So I'm pumped for that game. I don't know. Days Gone. That game, I feel like it's gonna be either fantastic or it's gonna be bad. I don't know if there's a middle ground in that. Rage 2 looks like Doom open world. That sounds awesome. I don't know. Judgment looks awesome. Like I talked about last week with that game. Like it's game like Gears of War 5. Gears is one of my favorite franchises. We're getting the next one in that. That's gonna be awesome. I don't know. It's gonna be an awesome year. I'm saying awesome a lot, but I can't help it because it just looks so good next year. I can't wait. I can't wait for 2019 to get here. Really, if we can just get past winter and get into spring, because I'm sick and tired of the cold already. It's fucking bullshit. Fuck cold.
Yep.
Let's get it over with. But yeah, I don't know, Gables.
Well, you said that you freaking had like about freaking how you're so tired of the cold. I had a freaking almost like 60-degree weather thing yesterday. That was so weird.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Like
I know.
It's God damn it. Well, because we're all over the place with weather right now. Like if we had like, was it Thursday night? We were supposed to have freezing rain, so I got up super early to go to work, and then we got nothing, and then it was 40 degrees outside by 10 a.m.
I'll tell you what, man. It's so crazy. Like in the middle of December, you have like a wind front that's so warm that it feels like 60-degree weather. Mm-hmm. It's so weird, out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I like it. The kind of nice thing though is when it gets like, when you get kind of, your body gets used to the cold a little bit, and then you get that nice little warm front end. I'm not even saying like 50s or 60s. I'm talking like 40s. Like, oh, this is kind of nice. This ain't bad. But like 2 months ago, when it was like 50 degrees outside, you're freezing your ass off. But now it's like you're so used to the teens and the 20s. 40 is awesome.
Nice.
I can't wait for like March when that gets here. It's gonna be so great. I'm just if you can't tell, I'm just ready for the busy season already to be over at work. And we're like literally like 3 weeks into it. But I don't know. I thought it'd be just kind of, like I said, there wasn't really a lot to talk about this week. It's something that's been on my mind a lot lately, gaming wise. I think about this a lot when I'm pooping. I don't know what you think about when you're pooping.
Nothing.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm sorry. I like to scroll on Twitter and Reddit and think about gaming while I'm pooping. I do my best thinking on there. I think sometimes I should really start writing things down and recording myself, because I come up with really good points and things I want to talk about on the show. And then by the time I'm done pooping, I get up and I'm like, what was I just thinking about? I had a really good point, and I was so proud of my point. I'm like, that's a good point, Tyler. I told myself out loud, I thought of a really good point. And then I get out of the bathroom and I'm like, what was I just talking about?
What was my point?
What was the whole conversation? I don't even remember what it was about. Could have been about freaking potato chips for all I know. But I also think about potato chips from time to time. I do a lot of thinking on the pooper. You should, Gables, I'm telling you. Just go, if you don't have to go poop after the podcast, just go sit on your toilet. And just think. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if you have to actually poop to think like that, to get into that deep thought. Maybe you could just sit in the toilet. I haven't tried it. I'm going to try it for the show, too. Why don't we just do it together? We'll FaceTime on the toilet.
No.
With the shot.
Just face to face,
I'll pick my whole computer up with my camera, and I'll put it in the bathroom, and we'll talk.
No.
Okay, with the shot.
That's weird.
I mean, we talk about weirder things in the show, I'm sure.
I know, but that would be a freaking first. That'd be kind of funny as hell.
We should do our 400th episode on the pot.
I don't know if I can get away with that.
It'd be fun. Yeah, I'll get a little lab. I'll record the show from my iPod or my iPad or something like that. We'll just boom, sit in the toilet, pooping about games, pooping and gaming.
All of a sudden, you just hear people just call out this bang on the door. Are you done?
we're gonna our legs are gonna be asleep. We're gonna have to sit down for another 20 minutes, wait for the.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be great.
God, I hate when that happens when you're just sitting on this 20 minutes passes by. It's oh god, my legs.
You stand up to go walk to the bathroom, to go walk to the sink, and you fall down. It's fuck.
I've never done that, but that sounds hilarious.
Oh, it's just me? Shit.
You fell down.
You haven't? You get that weird pins and needle feeling, and it's unbearable when you move.
Yes, I felt that feeling, but at least I maintained balance.
Oh no, I fell down. So have you? Question? I was at work the other day. We got a new break room this weekend. It's really nice, by the way.
Yeah.
But even still, it was a couple days in. I'm in there. I'm pooping. What I do. That's what I do. I poop.
Okay.
Getting paid for it. It's awesome. And a guy comes in, sits down, a couple stalls down. Whatever. That's fine. There's 6 stalls. There's plenty of stalls. I hear a rapper.
A rapper?
He's eating a candy bar. He's eating something that involves a wrapper. It's not crunchy, so I'm assuming it's a candy bar. It's not chips. It's not pretzels. It's not popcorn. I'm assuming Snickers, maybe. No, there was no peanut. It wasn't crunchy, so no peanuts. Maybe a Reese's or a Butterfinger. Why would... I don't know. I wouldn't eat like in the most sterile bathroom ever, I wouldn't feel comfortable bringing food in there and eating on the toilet.
Oh no!
But especially in a public one, even if it's a couple days
If
old.
you're Well, here's the thing. If you bring food inside of a public restroom while somebody's using the facilities, and there's poo particles just flying all over the place.
Yeah. And,
it's like you're literally eating somebody's shit while someone's taking a shit.
Yeah. Even if it's your own poo particles. That's
gross.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than someone else's, but it's still gross. Like, I couldn't imagine. Like, I wouldn't want to bring my water bottle in there. Like, even with fully capped, unopened, so it's still got that nice little ring on there, and it's nice and tightly, it's air sealed shut, you know, got that nice little cap chuck, and it's closed nice.
Right.
I still wouldn't want to bring it in there. I wouldn't want to bring, like, the locker room and the bathroom are in the same room. So you gotta, sometimes you gotta bring your stuff in there. It's whatever. I don't like doing that. Like, I don't like bringing my fiber bars I eat every day at work. It's still in the packaging. I don't like bringing it in there. Just weird shit. This is weird stuff that happens. Weird things happen in the bathroom.
Man. Yeah, definitely inside work bathrooms too. Because like I know at my workplace and stuff in the men's bathroom in the back of the store where it's like you go inside the stall, right, and all of a sudden you stare across and there's like this hole in the wall, right, and it's like this. It's not that big. It's not that big or something where someone could peel not pee, but like they could like just peer right through or anything like that. Yeah. But no, it's like. It's more or less like a wall has like a dark hole, and then you have some insulation, and then all of a sudden it's like it's blocking stuff, right? I could not tell you how many times some dudes have gone inside there and just either stuffed toilet paper inside that opening, or like stuffed at one point a little stuffed animal inside the damn opening and stuff, having to peer about. It's like
we call those peepers. What
call those peepers?
Yeah, what people do sometimes is they'll hang it from like the top little knob thing. And they'll hang down and it'll drape down and cover up the whole hole, which I can understand, you know, but still it's so weird. I mean, when you make that eye contact with somebody when you're sitting there you're naked, kind of. You got your pants around your ankles, you know. You're at your most vulnerable at that moment, and someone just sees you. It's just like, that's awkward. That's shame. That's real shame you feel right there. Like someone just saw you. It's like in your low. It's like a natural human thing we do, but it's like the lowest thing possible. You know,
right?
It'd be like getting kicked in the nuts from your crush or something. You know, it's the same idea. It's the same thing. These are things I think about in the toilet, Gables. It's all coming back to me.
Just you getting kicked in the nuts in front of you.
I just lean back. I got my leg up on my knee here. I'm getting comfortable, man. Like, I might as well be on the toilet. Like, that's how comfortable I am right now. That's how I am. I'm just talking out loud about bathroom etiquette, you know? It's another thing that happened to me at work that was weird. So the new bathroom we used to have 2 urinals. Now we have 6. So there's 5 of them.
What?
And then there's the one in the corner. And directly behind that one is another urinal. So cool. We have 6 urinals. Fantastic.
There's a urinal in the corner?
Yeah. No, cool. We have 2.
Is it directly like by actually in the corner itself, or just like right by the corner?
It's actually in the corner.
Oh God.
And then we have the one directly behind it, you know. So we have 2 in the corner there. And they each have their own little block thing, which is nice because before we really
so theoretically you're standing in the corner while taking a pee or something like that.
Yeah. I like going there. I go in the corner every time. Even if no one's in there, I go take that corner. Fuck yeah. It's like when you it's like when you go to the bathroom and you go poop at work or poop in a public bathroom. And there's the handicap one and it's like twice the size of the other one. You still take it. You still take it. Are you kidding?
You still take it for the room.
Yeah. Of course you do. Of course you take it. It's stupid not to. You know, guy comes in with a wheelchair. Well, tough titties, boy. You should get out here sooner.
Oh my God.
You know, but anyways,
this is even worse than you like freaking beating kids on Nintendo games.
I don't know, man. It's up there.
Hey, elderly dude. I'm sorry that you have crutches, but I'm taking a shit right now. You're
gonna have to crawl in the other one over there. Good luck. But you know, I was peeing. There was nobody else in there peeing. 2 guys come around the corner. They go to the bathroom. Whatever, you know. If there's 6 urinals, it's fantastic. I'm the only one there. I'm in the corner. One of them there's 5 urinals on this one wall. Takes the one next to me. Already broke the cardinal rule of peeing at urinals. It's every other one, bro. Every other one. There's 5. That means I got 1. You take 3. And then the other guy takes 5. No. Know what he does? So the guy takes the one next to me. That guy takes the one behind me. What? No.
And so you're just thinking to yourself, like, oh man, he's right behind me while I'm pissing in the corner.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. Like, this isn't like a homophobic thing, but this is just a weird thing. Why would you do... There's rules. This isn't Nom. There are rules. It's every other one. What are we doing?
Waiting for the one day where like one of your coworkers just goes forward and just like shoulder blocks you in the corner, and all of a sudden you're like, oh,
That's fine. I'd rather have that than you. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? It's like the guys when they go to the bathroom and they're peeing so far away from the urinal. It looks like they just pulled up to take a 3. And they're just like they're at the top of the.
I've never seen that.
You haven't seen that? Oh boy, we see it a lot.
I've never actually seen that through the workplace. No.
Oh man.
Well, what's funny is because our men's bathroom is so small and stuff. There's one urinal, then there's like a freaking like bathroom stall where like the women's room has a sink and like just 2 like bathrooms like next to each other or something like that. I've cleaned bathrooms on occasion, so I understand.
Sorry.
But it's just kind of funny how, like, in the men's bathroom or something like that, you always have those 1 or 2 workers that go inside the stall or something like that. They stink up the place, and it's like... It was funny, like, I remember one portion where it's like, this is lunchtime, right? It's me and a couple of the guys were over there, washing our hands, all of a sudden the dude, one of our coworkers goes towards and just goes to the bathroom stall. It's like, no modesty, no anything like that. All of a sudden, he just lets out this big-ass, like, fart, like, over. So it's like, everybody in the stall, everybody in the men's bathroom, it's like about 3 or 4 of us just started laughing our asses off and just left. It stunk so fucking bad.
That's another thing. While we're on urinals, let's keep it going. Let's keep rolling here.
Okay.
What is the policy? I don't know the rules about this one. I'm curious about this one. What are the rules about when you're peeing at the urinal and the guy next to you or whatever, one down from you, or the other one, or whatever it is, if he starts ripping ass? Is that fair? Is that wrong? Like, I don't like it. I don't do it. Like, if I'm by myself, I'll do it. Oh, hell yeah. I'll crop dust.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
I'll crop dust the bathroom. I'm not afraid of it. But if somebody else is already there, I'm going to hold that sucker in. I'm going to clench the butt cheeks together, and I'm going to force it out the front. You know?
I'll tell you what. What's mostly like, what's mostly kind of funny is like if you're in the stall by like yourself in the bathroom, and all of a sudden somebody goes in to use the urinal, you're like, oh god. And especially if you're like the opposite end where you're trying to use the urinal while somebody else is in the stall, you're just trying to do your business and get out there as fast as possible because you don't want to hear or smell anything and just leave.
Yeah. I don't know. Fuck, man. It's ridiculous. I want to know the rules about this. This is stuff I want to find out. Like, what are the rules about farting at the urinal? Like, if it's somebody you know, that's whatever, you know? If Gables, you pull up next to me. Well, if you pull up next to me at the urinal, I'd still wish you get we have the one gap in between if it's possible, but if not, it's whatever. That's fine. But if Gables, you pulled up next to me, first off, I hope it's like a layup in and not so much of a pee from the 3-point range. But you know, if you go up there and you fart, it's whatever, because you're Gables, you know? You can do whatever you want, Gables.
Just go. It'd be like just like if you had a bad case of the beans or something like that. You just go right next to somebody else. It's like, eh. Yeah.
But Joe Schmo number 3, just coming up next to me. You know what? Come on, man. Come on. And then it's even more awkward because you kind of like glance over because you can't help it. You kind of glance over and they look over you and they smile. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. As you can tell, I have a lot of problems. I hate going to the bathroom. I love being paid to go poop. I do, especially on overtime. But man,
well, you've heard about the expression. It's like boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time.
Yes, that is exactly true. That's right. You're goddamn right. You think I went and pooped twice today at work on Saturday when I got paid overtime? You're goddamn right I did. Goddamn right I did. Another thing about bathrooms. Oh boy, now I'm on something here. On the phone, pooping. Why do we do that?
To be perfectly honest with you, I haven't a clue.
What?
You get an important call while you're in the bathroom or something like that. Yeah, I can understand if it's like something very important, but I do not want anybody calling me if I'm taking a crap.
Yeah.
That's just the thing. I do not want people to hear me like out in the background. All of a sudden it's like, hey, where are you? You sound like you're in a tin can. It's like, well, I'm using the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I hate it. When you're in there and you're trying to go pee or you're pooping or whatever, and you hear someone on the phone talking, and they're just like, yeah, yeah. So I was thinking,
have you actually heard somebody do that while you're
like once a week? It happens. It's insanity. It's insanity.
They're talking to their wife or their girlfriend or something like that, and they just have to pinch.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god.
Yeah, you just hear that. You hear a little plop in the water. No. I can't make the plopping noise, but you get the effect. There you go. Yeah. And you get the little it hits the water and you get the little splash in the butt cheeks. You know, it happens. But I don't know. It's just this stuff's bothered me for years. It's just all coming out now. I've had more. I've worked more hours than I've slept this month probably, so I'm a little delirious right now. So be good to each other, people. You know, you're in the bathroom. Don't talk on the phone. You go pull up for a layup. Don't shoot from 3-point range while you're peeing. Okay? Every other stall. Every other urinal. Okay? And also, put your goddamn phone on silent. I don't want to listen to you watch YouTube. I don't want to listen to your music. I don't want to listen to you play your fucking game. Do I scroll on Twitter or Reddit like I said earlier while I'm on the toilet? Of course I do. But I mute the fucking phone. Mute the goddamn phone.
among all else and stuff, do not go number 2 in the urinal.
That's true. Do not drop a dookie in the urinal. And also, courtesy flushes are really appreciated. As soon as you're done pooping, flush. If you got poop a little bit more.
And also, there's a reason why the freaking company bathrooms is called self-clean. Self-clean the dang bathrooms after you got done using the damn facilities, because nobody wants to clean up after that crap.
Nobody wants to go into the bathroom, go in the stall, and see.
That's a major problem in my workplace.
See little hair follicles and some little poop particles and sitting around there. Nobody wants to see that shit. Wish you that, especially when you go pee at a urinal and there's pee on the floor. How do you miss? It is 4 feet wide. There's a giant thing that says you can like lay your testicles on the thing and then pee in it directly if you have to. I don't know. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do.
There's literally a sign in the men's room in my workplace. It's like, just like clean up after yourself. Do this, do that, and it never stops anybody from pissing all over the toilet seats.
You know, like sometimes when it first takes off. You don't know where it's going. You gotta self-correct after the fact. That's fine. We understand. Wipe it up. Pick it up. I don't want to sit in your pee. I don't want to see your pee. I don't want to see your little hairs, your little poo particles in there. It's fucking disgusting. Pick the shit up. This is Tyler and Gables Bathroom Etiquette Hour. Thank you guys for joining us here. I think we're done here with that one, Gables.
I think we are,
I think we spent more time talking about bathroom etiquette than we did gaming this week, which is fine. I hope you guys learned something today.
Episode 305, Toilet Humor.
Toilet humor, yes. Yes. Pooping and gaming. That's what we do. So, anyways, if you like the show and you want to hear more from us, we are on Spotify now. Drunk Dash Nerds Podcast. Follow us. I think you follow us on there. Yeah, follow us on there. That's what you do. Please. And then also on iTunes at Drunk Dash Nerds Podcast. Subscribe. Give us a 5-star review. Leave us a nice little comment. Really appreciate if you did that. YouTube, Drunk Dash Nerds. Subscribe to us on there. Give us a big thumbs up. Leave us a comment on the podcast as well. On twitch.tv/Colonel Gables. Check him out on there, please. He is trying to become a Twitch affiliate. Give him a nice little follow. Send him a friend request. I'm sure he'd accept it. Unless you're one of those weirdos that farts next to people at the fucking at the urinal. Then you're just an asshole. And I hope Gables unfriends you. I hope he friends you and then immediately unfriends you. That's what I want to happen. Gables, they deserve it. And I forgot last row. Oh, Facebook. We have a page and a group, Drunk Dash Nerds Podcast. Like to join us on there. And then also at Twitter at Drunk Nerds Pod. Follow us on there. The more people out there that follow us, give us reviews, 5 stars, big thumbs up, comments, whatever, more likely it is people can see us. So we really appreciate you did that. Thank you guys for listening. I was Tyler.
And I have been Colonel Gables. So until next week, everybody. Every time, everybody, anyway, anytime. Everybody's got a price. Anyway, I have been Colonel Gables. So until next week, I hope you guys have a nice time. I hope you guys had a nice whatever the hell you're doing. And most importantly of all, I hope you have a fun-filled episode of the Drunk Bastards podcast.
You know what, Gables? Before we get out of here, I hope somebody is listening to that whole last 20 minutes on the toilet and they're thinking about everything they've ever done with their entire life. And hope if we fix one person's bathroom etiquette, I think this episode was a success. Okay, and also, Gables.
Yeah. Too sweet, man.
Bye, guys.
See ya.